Hello everybody and welcome to my German language course. I'm a German native speaker, and in my previous lessons you learned about the nominative case and the accusative case. So in this lesson you will learn about the dative case. Whenever a noun is in the dative case, this means that the noun is the indirect object of the sentence. So when the noun is the indirect object of the sentence, it has different definite articles and different indefinite articles than in the accusative case or in the nominative case. And this noun can also be replaced by the pronouns that are different than the pronouns in the nominative case. So let's take a look at these pronouns. The pronoun in the first person singular is mir. The pronoun for the second person singular is dir. For the third person singular, for masculine nouns, it's ihm. For feminine nouns, it's ihr. And for neuter nouns, it's again ihm. The dative pronoun for the first person plural is uns, just like in the accusative case, but unlike in the nominative case where it's wir. The dative pronoun for the second person plural is euch, and for the third person plural it's ihnen. And when a noun is the indirect object of a sentence, it can also have definite articles and indefinite articles. So for instance, if a masculine noun is the indirect object of a sentence and therefore is in the dative case, it has the definite article dem and the indefinite article einem. If a female noun is the indirect object of a sentence, it has the definite article der and the indefinite article einer. If a neuter noun is the indirect object of a sentence, it has the definite article dem and the indefinite article einem. And nouns that are the indirect object of a sentence, meaning are in the dative case and are in plural, have the definite article den and have no indefinite article when they are in plural, just like in English. So let's see some examples. The woman answers the child. Which word in the sentence is the subject and which word in the sentence is the object? The subject obviously is the woman. The woman is feminine in German. And the is the definite article. Therefore we look for the definite feminine article in German. It is die. And do you remember what woman means in German? Woman means Frau in German. Therefore the sentence starts with die Frau antwortet, and antworten being the conjugated verb in German for answer. Now we know that the child is the object of the sentence, but the question is it an indirect object or a direct object? Well, in German, after the verb antworten always comes an indirect object. Therefore we have to look at the dative case. Now we know that the is the definite article in English, right? Therefore we have to look for the definite article. Now we just need to know what kind of noun child is. Is it a masculine noun, a female noun, or a neuter noun? Well, in German, child is a neuter noun, and the translation is Kind. Therefore we have to take the definite article dem, which stands for neuter noun in the dative case. And the sentence would be Die Frau antwortet dem Kind. Let's take another example. For instance, the sentence I believe you, with you meaning the second person singular. So which one is the subject of the sentence? It's I, which is the German personal pronoun ich. Therefore the sentence starts with Ich glaube, with glaube being the conjugated verb. Now you is obviously the object of the sentence, and the question is it a direct object or an indirect object? Well, in German, after the verb glauben, the object is indirect. Therefore, we have to look at the dative case. Here, at the second person singular. Which one is it? Dir. Therefore, the sentence is Ich glaube dir. Let's take another example. For instance, she asks her. She is the subject of the sentence, and it's the third person singular, and in German it's sie, which stands for she, and the verb is conjugated according to the subject. So if you remember from my previous lesson, to ask means fragen in German, and it's a regular verb and it's conjugated like that. Well, the question now is, what kind of object is the pronoun her? Is it an indirect object or a direct object? Well, in the German language, after the verb fragen always follows a direct object. So let's see what are the pronouns for the direct object. They are here, they are the accusative pronouns. And which accusative pronoun stands for her? It is the pronoun sie, because her is feminine and in the third person singular. Therefore, the sentence is Sie fragt sie. Now, what about the sentence she answers her? Well, in this case it's different. She again is the subject of the sentence, therefore the sentence starts with Sie antwortet. But in German, after the verb antworten follows the indirect object instead of the direct object. And therefore look what kind of dative pronoun stands for her. It is ihr, because her is still feminine and the third person singular. The only thing that changes is the case. Therefore the pronoun changes too in German, and the sentence therefore is Sie antwortet ihr. Now let me show you a special rule for the dative by an example. We have here the sentence You answer the man. You is the subject of the sentence, and therefore the sentence starts with Du antwortest. Do you remember which case follows after the verb antworten? It was the dative case. So now let's see what kind of article we have. We have in English the definite article the. And we have the noun man, which is a plural noun, a masculine plural noun. So what is the definite article for plural nouns in German? It is the article den. So now, as you learned in my previous lesson, Männer is the translation for men. So you might think, okay, the sentence must be Du antwortest den Männer. But here comes the special rule. In the dative case, plural nouns that don't end in n add an en or an n, except those plurals ending in s. What does this mean for our noun Männer? We have to add an n to make the sentence correct. Therefore the correct sentence is Du antwortest den Männern. Now the German noun for women is Frauen, which already has an n, therefore no additional n has to be added. But the German word for children, for instance, is Kinder, which does not have an n. Therefore the n has to be added in the dative case. So anyway, I hope this video could help you, and I wish you viel Glück, viel Spaß und tschüss.